Hey there, beautiful. I do hope that this finds you well. I forgot to light incense, but as I'm lighting incense, I shall be talking to you. How's your day going so far? This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for September 15th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching this in time, this might be very relevant for something that is going on with you. This is general collective. Do not ever force these to fit your life. You can always let it fall away. If you have questions about booking your own private session, because your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, intense, go ahead and reach out in the email address provided, or find me on the social platforms and send me a DM. All right, we're gonna kick this off with Rider Waite. All right. Somebody does not have enough, well, it feels like they're not a choice. It feels like they are not going to be a choice, or they are not choosing because they're not sure of what is in their cup or if this is what they want. Very interesting. What is this involving? It's not that they don't want something. They're avoiding. Tower moments. This is what we're looking at right now. Okay. There is an offer coming in, but you got to understand that whatever this is, they're trying to avoid a big catastrophe. Let me turn this down. Hopefully I didn't get copyright on that one. Oy vey. There's a choice to be made. They're hesitating because they want to give something, but oh Lord, this is really interesting. They're afraid of suffering. They are going through a rebirth. They're really trying to make themselves a priority. I think this actually might be you. I think that you might be trying to avoid a lot of the changes that you need to make in your life. These are all things that are already in moving motion, though. You know what's going to be best for you. And I know that there's probably, what's best for everybody. You don't need to sacrifice yourself in this. The Empress is expressing itself right now. What is this involving? We're going with saints and angels. What is this rebirth involving with you? Belief, commitment. What is the commitment for? This is a commitment with yourself. Okay. So what I'm getting in this is, it feels like you've given so much to everybody, and I also feel like there's nothing in your pot left. And I also feel like it's time for you to actually be committed to yourself rather than anyone or anything else. It's time for you to really do something that is good for you. Really get in touch with your emotions again. I think that this has been a very emotionally trying time, yet you've been detached from it, so you can just not only bypass it and not experience what you have to experience, but just to get what you see to be a job done. That's not working out for this. There's more coming your way. You cannot micromanage this situation. Your control needs to be lessened. There are a lot of karmic laws that are at play right now, none of which can be bypassed or have any sort of shortcuts. And I've said this in numerous readings. It is perfectly okay to understand that something is awful. It sucks. It could also be, this is so great. I want to keep it going. And what's happening right now is, listen, it's all what's happening in your life right now, the changes, the chaos, even whether it's a wonderful situation or an absolutely destitute, detrimental situation. This is all fate playing out, but I also feel like it's at this extreme that you might be experiencing because I think putting things off for too long, it bottlenecks. There is a time and date for everything, and there is a must be done by in the hand of fates, and it's all divine timing, divine destiny, all of that. So now you're seeing that play out. It's not something where you can shut the world out and just put everything on your shoulders. This, I do feel, is a fallout from maybe yesterday's reading. So if you didn't watch September 14th, 2021's reading, go and check that out after this. It might fall in line with what you are hearing now. But this being where it's at, don't close yourself off. It's time for you to use your resources and actually ask for help and, I guess, let people into your world and pick some of this off your shoulders. It's not enabling you. And it's not going to, in any way, shape, or form, view you as being less than or weak or anything like that. This is actually very good to ask for help in this particular situation, because it lets people see not only your vulnerability, but also know that, first off, it's not that you're not unbreakable. It's that you are human, and that every human actually does have needs. So you showing that vulnerability is going to actually have a fallout that is going to be really good. So, time for you to be completely true and authentic with what you are feeling, and maybe even express it outwardly. The cat is climbing on a painting. Yes, my cat is in here. Patience. I think that this is not about patience and timing, but patience with yourself. And who do you need to forgive? I get it. There's this thing where, you have to forgive yourself. Great. If that is the case, do it. I don't know why you're holding yourself back from that. It's not continuing a negative situation. It's stopping that situation and actually continuing on another path. It actually means that you are not going to be doing the same thing that forced you to forgive yourself in the first place. But also be very clear about who you do need to forgive. Who do you need to forgive? Yes, I'm drawing a lot of cards. Okay. I do feel like this is involving personal relationships, and not all of which are romantic. I feel like this is multiple relationships that are going on in your life. Again, not all romantic. We have relationships with family, friends, colleagues, even lovers. Even we have relationship with ourselves. Anybody. So we have faith. Who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to have faith in? All right. Whoever is coming to mind first and foremost in the situation, you need to watch your thoughts, because I see that this is actually holding you back from reaching out to that person. Why are you doing that? Nothing is going to get resolved if nobody is talking. But watch your thoughts. Have faith that this is going to play out favorably. And if you're curious if it is about this particular person, Spirit is saying, yes, it is them. So reach out to them. As long as you're not, violating any sort of orders, or if you're not blocked. Just saying, don't do anything dangerous or illegal. Always that one. So I want to get more of the Rider-Waite on this, because you're trying to do something and have it be as smooth as possible. But I feel like if you let the reins go on this, it's actually going to happen. Like, it's going to happen, and you won't have to worry so much. You are thinking the worst case scenario if you keep thinking that it is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. No. Okay, Spirit, let's clear this, because I'm not getting any cards. What do they need to be aware of? Something does have to come to an end, first off. So, if this is the current situation, or there needs to be closure in another situation. That's something that you need to not hold yourself back from right now. So if this is involving connections, then that's going to require bravery. But if this is involving like work or something like that, maybe it's time that you give that 2-week notice. Maybe it's time you do write that resume. I feel like right now you're on the bridge between these two scenarios. So where you are going, and you see it very clearly. And I see this phase, this world, this particular area of your life that you have to leave behind. It can be troubling. I get it. So I see you not holding yourself back from whatever closing this out is. It is the end of a cycle. The new one hasn't yet began because this does require closure, which it'll happen once you say it does, but you got to stop holding it back. You're holding yourself back against destiny. Guess which one's going to win out? Also, you know how intense it's been. Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's in your travels, you know how intense this has been from getting point A to point B. It's going to be intense if you try to hang on to it. This is saying your action has got to meet your words and intentions, and then we have this. Somebody is unguarded, and I see that that's something that you need to know. Somebody has their guard down, and I see that it hasn't changed. It hasn't grown. It's actually a time of loss. We have the Fool jumping into something that they don't know. I also feel like the parties involved in this, whether it's career or personal, I feel like not all the parties are aware of what's going on. I feel like there's a lot of assumptions being made from somebody's part, whether it's yours or theirs, or maybe you don't have all the information from a particular party. There needs to be communication. And it's something that seems to be worth fighting for. So I see that you or them, whoever this is involving, feels like this is dead in the water. But whoever feels that this is dead in the water, the other party doesn't see it that way. So somebody's waiting to take action, but the leap is happening because it's worth it. All right. What are going to be some, what do you need to actually, well, okay. What do you have to look forward to? Your sign, synchronicities, message. What about it? You're getting what you ask for, so be very clear about what it is. You've been getting the signs for it. You can breathe, you can relax. We have the soulmate in reverse. Sometimes soulmates break open our hearts and are our biggest teachers. Sometimes divine situations are our biggest teachers and our biggest lessons. Just because it has fate does not mean that it is not without pain or growing phases or without work or without strife. This is saying that breathe. And just because something has hurt doesn't mean that it wasn't real. Just because it wasn't without its massive lesson, because I do feel like this is a massive lesson for you. And not only that, whoever this is involving, the lesson of this is acknowledging the pain of it, because there was pain involved in this. Whatever this connection is, either you guys have been strained or completely out of contact, or there's been this thing where I'm never talking to this person again. Fate is having a lot of people reconnect right now. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of unexpected communication. It feels really dramatic, but necessary. So this is what you have to look forward to. You have the signs in front of you on this. You know what to look forward to. And the final outcome of this particular situation, if you follow this, if you pay attention to the signs of this, if you release control and do the conversations and actions that you know that you need to do and that you are being pulled to do, the potential outcome for this is going to be, I don't know, let's find out. Too many cards. Seriously, all of this fell out. Now, if it comes out one by one, that's one thing. If it all drops out, I'm not doing it. Oh, goodness. Can you hear the dogs in the background? This is fun. Positive energy. All right, so something is being revitalized. And we have... I'm going to go get them. Stop. I'll be right back. My ex-husband stopped by to show Halloween decorations for our youngest son. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so synchronicity. It's all coming together. If you follow this guidance, positivity, please try and stay positive. Waves of prosperity. And I'm feeling another deck. So what are we getting with this? What is this? You're going to decide how successful this is. Everything is coming to fruition. There's so much more that is coming. This isn't even just about a relationship. I need you to understand that you are reconnecting with so many people who are going to move forward with you and make a really abundant life. It's not about you just being committed to a particular relationship in your life. It really isn't. It's about you being committed to this wonderful life that you want to head in. It's time for you to really gain control over it and stay committed to yourself and your path. So you have to work on what your vision is. What I'm seeing here is you actually finally taking the reins of the situation. You're coming out on top. You have a lot of decisions. It's not about instant gratification on any of this. Not even a little, not even remotely. It's about being disciplined on your particular path, completely honest and transparent. There's a lot of massive changes, and the people who are coming back in, the people who you are reconciling with, they share the vision with you. They also feel incredibly encouraged with you. This networking is creating some crazy strength that is moving forward. So somebody's birthday is coming up. Oh God, mine's on Friday. Hi. All right, something that you need to walk away from. You need to leave an unhealthy situation. So there's an unhealthy situation that you need to walk away from. And let's see, a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. You're walking away from an unhealthy situation and going towards that. So I don't think that it's being laid to rest. I think that what you are doing right now is getting grounded, making a game plan for the changes that you absolutely and necessarily need to make for your life. You're going to be in a whole different phase and direction by winter time. So again, a huge relationship and relationships are healing, communicating, reconciling. Some are going to be let go of. There's a lot that needs to be walked away from. You have to walk away from that old life. It's not suiting you. And not only that, the people who are involved in that situation, it's not suiting them either. This isn't all about just one person. This is a cluster. And let's see. There's something that is about to be given birth to, whether it's a birthday or something that is actually about to be born, which could be a person, but I feel like it's more along the lines of a project. It's time for you to get into the flow state. You have to let your life start happening now. And then you're not going to get the closure that you want in certain situations. It's not over. You need to understand that this isn't over. And that, yes, everything has changed. Yes, it is a time of loss, time of purging, time to actually let go of things, time to clean out all those skeletons in your closet and stop trying to hold in, micromanage everything as much as you have been doing. So let's see. There are no shortcuts. And no matter how hard you tried to stay in something, it is not meant for you. So it's time that you are open and honest with yourself. It's going to be a lot easier once you do. Your happiness is going to be a lot easier to obtain. I think that you'll discover what newly could make you happy. I think that what made you happy from that lack and from that wounded point was actually something very watered down from whatever substantial happiness was authentic to you. We're going to get closing cards from the Halloween Oracle deck. That's what we need to know. I'm not going to just put it on the bottom. I feel like it needs to pop out, so hang on a moment. Let's see. Synergy and healing. You are definitely doing that. And I think that you've been seeing a copious amount of signs. Risk and reward. This is going to be a big risk, but it's worth taking. And you're not going to be hurt. Final card. You are more than capable. Oh, I love it. Change is upon you. This is all going to change. Your entire direction in this situation is changing. If you've come across this, you have been catalyzed into a huge awakening. Huge relationships are underway. Huge changes in your home life. And leaving behind a lot of unhealthy situations, coping manners, and unhealthy relationships. So it's going to take courage, but you are going to be more than compensated for that courage. I'm sending you a ton of love. It's genuinely time for a change in your life. Hey there, beautiful. If you're coming across this, chances are you need a message from right away. So what do we have? Either self-doubt or manipulation is coming in. That's fun. Whatever it is, it's getting on your nerves. Self-doubt and working as hard as you can. There it is. What am I looking at? So, what the heck is going on? Why are you filled with so much doubt? I mean, you've been plugging away at this. You're defending it to the death, and let's see. You're not seeing the payoff yet, and that's what's getting you so down on this. You're ready to walk away from this, whether it's a life situation or work situation, or I don't feel like it's love. For some of you, it might be love. You got to regenerate your batteries. Remember why you started in the first place. The payoff is going to happen, but you can't keep drilling at this. You're not giving yourself a break. You have to pull back a little. Even when you are starting to either work out in the gym or something, you're not supposed to go for hours every single day. Your muscles need to recover. You're tearing all this new muscle. It needs to heal in order to become stronger. You need to rest in order to become stronger in this and come at it with a fresh perspective. Come at it with a new punch. You are in this for the right reasons, but you need to remember that. You need to remember the underlying reason behind all of this. You're not feeling the payoff. You feel like you're about to lose it all. No. It's time for you to work on your foundation because you're not believing in yourself right now. Your passion is there. Even if it's not perfect, your passion alone is what's going to overcome all of this. A person can have all the ability and knowledge in the world, but if they don't have love in their heart with it, if they don't have passion for it, it's never going to fully work out, and there will be a sense of loss with it. You're not going to lose because your heart is in this. It's time to uncover that reasoning behind it, and then you'll have the successful payoff. It is all going to work out, but you have to remember to not only believe in yourself, be gentle with yourself, rest, and remember your why. Either that or redefine your why. Hey, if you're coming across this, the saints and angels got a little bit of info they want to drop on you about your situation, the one that you're thinking right the forefront of your mind right now. What do they want to tell you about it? Listen with an open heart and an open mind. If this is completely unrealistic to it, either wait a minute or, I don't know, continue your day. All right, confidence. This is at the bottom of it. What are you defensive about? You are holding your own. Wonderful. There's a miracle in this. There's reason to have confidence. Fight for what you want. This is either the relationship that you want that is worth fighting for, or something that you have maybe given up on in the past is worth fighting for, and it's telling you to give it another shot. Have confidence. You're worthy. And this is not only about marriage, it's about commitment. This is something that is coming together. Marriage is something that is coming together in your life. This isn't dealing with a relationship. I feel like this is a huge personal overhaul. Some sort of a theme in your life, some sort of a section, but I genuinely feel like this is at the home base. Something is coming together. It's either in a very divine relationship, which defies all odds in this universe, or it's something that is happening at home in your life and that has been changing inside of you. Now, granted, I do feel like this might be very strong for relationships, something that is worth fighting for. However, I got to give you the disclaimer. Never stay with an abusive relationship. I'm never going to tell anybody to put themselves in a dangerous situation. But this relationship that you're looking at, it's either coming around again, and you should be confident in it, and it is union. Either that or the one that you have your heart set on is worth fighting for. But again, I'm not telling anyone to do anything dangerous or illegal. Please keep that in mind. This is worth a lot, though. And I see that in your heart and in your mind, it is worth defending, and that there is a miracle coming in. All right, we're going to get a postcard from Spirit. I feel like we need to hear one today. So if you're coming across this, think of a loved one who has crossed over. Hold that energy in the forefront of your mind. If you can't think of anybody, this is going to be a message from your main guide, and it's something that you potentially really need to hear today. So just listen with an open heart and an open mind again. You ready? If you don't want to hear me, go ahead. Pause and read. I don't know if it blurs out or whatnot. Here we go. Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like the loss when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Yeah, that can be hard. Very hard, actually. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break wide open. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lesson learned, and know that as you let go of what has passed, even more of you remains. It gets better. We promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We are loving you and sending you love, always and forever. Love, Spirit. Loss can be really brutal, whether it's a physical loss or emotional loss, or, God, aren't they tied in together? But loss in any way, shape, or form still requires the expression. It's not something that you can bypass. So the potentially unexpected feelings that you're having at this current time, even if it's happened a long time ago, is asking to be honored and experienced so that you don't hold this inside of you and have it fester. I hope that made sense. They do love you. If you're coming across this, Halloween Oracle. What does it want to tell you? Forgiveness. What do you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive yourself? Do you need to forgive others? What I love about forgiveness, yes, it's not for the other person. It's so you don't carry it. But also, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to allow somebody back into your life. You can forgive people and want them to stay the heck away. Understand that. It doesn't mean that you allow them in your proximity again. Invisibility, authenticity, and joy. Baby, I feel like the real you is shining through right now. A lot of you has been unexpressed through the years because of whatever this is that you have to forgive. So the Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. Once you let your quirky self authentically shine through, you're going to see a lot of things open up for you. As weird as it sounds, the more that you are unapologetic and as loud and as boisterous as you fully are in yourself, and even, God, romancing yourself to entice those hidden aspects of yourself to come out, the more that you foster it, the more that the world becomes unapologetically yours. And that is what's being asked of right now. So you need to forgive yourself where you have starved the world of your expression for as long as you have. And it's time to let your freak flag fly. It's time for you to actually be happy. You're not happy suppressing these aspects of yourself. You're not happy with how much you restrict yourself or how much you have restricted yourself in the past, how much you have tried to control certain aspects of yourself, how much you have pushed something that was inauthentic of you. Now it's time for whatever the real you is to just simply exist and grow where it is. This actually might involve you changing your size, shape, location, all of this. You are going through an overhaul of image and output. So what does that even look like? Well, you know what you're not, so just get rid of that and start to discover what you authentically are. It's going to be a wild ride, and I think that you are going to reveal and unveil a lot about yourself. So I can't wait to see what that is. Alrighty, you. If you're coming across this, we have Wisdom of the Oracle. It doesn't seem fair, does it? Whatever you're inquiring about, something is coming back together. Maybe you're holding on to too much responsibility. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. Don't worry. I want one more card, though, because I got the story. Okay. I know that it's hard to have faith and trust that this is going to come back together, but I also feel like part of you has been really overcompensating for whatever you feel this particular person in your life has not been doing or has been lacking, or trying to micromanage the way that this all comes together. And it's not coming together right now, is it? You feel it coming together, but it's not coming together. Spirit is saying, stop what you're doing. Let me do my job. I'm here too. This is the co-creation with Spirit. It kind of really wants you to let go, let up, and let it be experienced in this. It is coming together, but it's going to come together a lot faster if you just let go and have faith that this is going to come together. You know, why don't you trust? That's actually what Spirit wants you to ask yourself. What about this do you feel is not going to happen unless you do something? Maybe it's not about you doing something. Maybe it's about you and letting events unfold, because this is a very calculated situation. There is a new start that is coming in, and this is coming together. I do see something melding together, if you will. You got to get into the flow state. The thing is, you don't trust. I know you've been let down in the past, but oh God. Spirit is telling you, have faith. Just one more time, please. I'm not going to let you down. I know that it's been a brutal lesson in the past, but please have faith. A new start is coming in your situation, and you should be very confident and encouraged. So as scary as it is, it's time to relinquish that control and just collaborate with the universe.